Hey yo, Chico Army, I hope you're having a bomb Friday, and if you're new, a viewer of the tube, let me first introduce myself as Tyler, and this is a crypto channel whose content every day is a joyful explosion. Face down, arse up, hammer explode. It's time for Chico Crypto. Well, you've been asking for it, so the Chico is going to deliver a breakdown of our current crypto portfolio, which includes our top 10 HODLs. The last time we did a video like this was before the alt season DeFi rush of the summer in late May of this year. So what was our portfolio like back then, before the DeFi madness really took off? Well, I was based and my number one HODL was Chainlink, making up 37%. Number 2, Bitcoin, 18%. Number 3, Unibright with 15%. Number 4, Ethereum, making up 11%. Number 5, Energy Web with 5%. Number 6, Rocketpool, making up 4%. Number 7, REN with 4% too. Next, number 8, Kyber Network, making up 2%. Number 9, Xerox Protocol, also making up 2%. And finally, the other 2% was a basket of other altcoins. So, changes? You better believe it, as the markets were at lows, and this was just before the DeFi-powered hype cycle. So let's kick it off with my number one hold. Is it still that super stanky lank? Is Chico based AF? I sure am, and I'm seriously glad I held, even with the recent price collapse. Back during the last video, Link was at $3.84. As of yesterday, it was $10.68, a percentage increase of over 178%. And that's why Chainlink has moved from 37% to now making up 40% of my portfolio. So why am I going to still hold every single one of my Link with a grip tighter than sliced alone? Well, it comes down to two things. Staking with Link is still on the horizon, and roll-ups, not the fruit tie. If you go to the Link Trader subreddit, the most popular post for the Chainlink discussion, the most upvoted one, is the release of the next version of the Arbitrum rollup testnet, which they say is full-featured and open to all. And the Ethereum devs, they are speaking about it. Augustin Aguilar, founder of Pine Finance, tweeted this: "What the Arbitrum is shipping is mind-blowing. Arbitrum can execute EVM code directly, abstracted in such a way that's practically like L1, node transpiling. It means you don't even need to recompile your contracts to test their rollup. That's amazing for rollups, a general purpose one. Devs don't need to be confused what they're using. But Arbitrum isn't Chainlink, so why is this rollup important to them?" Well, Ed Felton, co-founder of Off-Chain Labs, those behind Arbitrum, said this on Twitter just in August of this year. Arbitrum and Chainlink integration operates in both directions. Arbitrum chains accessing Chainlink resources efficiently, and Chainlink nodes validating Arbitrum chains. What? Yeah, my friends, please understand that it's not only Oracle data Chainlink nodes could help in providing, but Chainlink nodes will be running the Arbitrum protocol, computing the Solidity contracts on their rollup chains. So you gotta really think about it like this. Chainlink nodes with Arbitrum are the furthest on rollup tech. Vitalik is even excited about it, retweeting Arbitrum's posts. So I guess you could say that's why it's my number one. Now, number 2, is it still Bitcoin? Or is it Ethereum or another alt? Well, it's actually still BTC, but that's getting close to changing. Pulling out the price chart, Bitcoin has increased from late May, 9,225, to as of yesterday, 10,385, a 23% increase. But compared with other alt performances during this run, it's not as good, so BTC is at a similar level within my portfolio, actually dropping by 1% from 18 to 17%. Now, number 3, is it Unibright, the altcoin that pushed further up past Ethereum last time? Nah, it's not. Ethereum has reclaimed the number 3 position, and that is mostly due to the Ether price going from 205 back in May to 375 as of yesterday, an increase of 82%. So Ethereum is back to where it belongs, number 3, moving it up from 11% in my portfolio to 12%. And with that thing called a beacon chain and Ether staking coming soon, I'm adding to this position. How about number 4? Did UBT dip to this level, or another altcoin did it push into this spot? Well, Energy Web has pulled off similar gains to Ethereum, pushing it up nicely. Back in late May, EWT was $3.57, and as of yesterday, it was $6.92, an increase of nearly 94%. Thus, Energy Web is now number 4, pushing it up from 5% in May to 6% as of today. And please understand why it's here. So DENA, it stands for the Deutsche Energie Agentur, or the German Energy Agency in English. It's a German state agency, aka the government, and in late August of this year, they announced the Future Energy Labs, which would help with Germany's transition to future energy technology. 3 projects were launched, and one of them was infrastructure for the digital energy system of the future, the blockchain machine identity ledger. They explain this enables technical devices to be clearly identified, machine identity, for which a new and energy-specific device identity is being developed. This infrastructure offers enormous potential, both for the use of system-relevant services and for the implementation of innovative and future-oriented applications using smart meters. An alliance of over 20 partners, consisting of large corporations, established companies from the digital and energy sector, is working in the pilot project. So if you've watched my channel, we know who is connected to DENA in the blockchain world, and that is Energy Web. I covered their connections, and then just 3 days ago, we found out DENA selected Energy Web to build the prototype blockchain identity ledger. Yeehaw! And I personally think Energy Web will just keep impressing, growing, and succeeding. So 1 through 4 is pretty similar to last time, but now 5 through 10 is where the big old changes come in, and that is largely in part of that DeFi hype run. So number 5, which altcoin is it? Well, that is REN, which had a very nice run since May. Pulling out the price chart, REN has went from 0.093 to 0.368 as of yesterday. That's a nasty increase of over 295%. So yeah, REN moved up right next to EWT, going from 4% last time to now making up 6% of my portfolio. How about number 6? Well, that is finally Unibright. It was number 3 last time, but pulling out its price chart, it didn't get a taste of that DeFi hype like the others, and actually has declined in value since that video, down from 48 cents in May to 30 cents as of yesterday. So UBT has pushed down from 15% to just 5% of my portfolio, and that sucks to see, but I'm holding every single last one. If you didn't know, Unibright is a major component to the Baseline protocol, even more so than Chainlink right now. Unibright is a part of the Baseline reference implementation, which is being trialed by Coca-Cola right now. Going to Baseline documentation and BRI1, which stands for Baseline Reference Implementation 1, we can see the subheadings. One is libraries. Clicking into that and then into docs for the ERP connector proxy, SAP, and Microsoft Dynamics, we can see that in the architecture section that yes, the Unibright connector is a main piece. So understand, to use any piece of the Unibright framework, like the connector, you need to use UBT tokens. From a token-based AMA in February of 2019, the team said the customers have to buy tokens on the market given the current price. They need the tokens to use our framework. It is not possible to use without UBT. So number 7, is that a coin we had on the list last time? Well, actually yeah, but not in the top. It's the one that I finished the last episode off with, mentioning I just added it to my portfolio. And one recently added, if you watch my live stream, Kusama. Yep, number 7 is now Kusama, and its position is largely due to its price run from that time, $5.77 in late May to as of yesterday, $29.50, a percentage increase of over 411%, and that means Kusama now makes up 3% of my portfolio. How about number 8? Is it a new coin? Well, no. So is it Kyber? 0x? No, it's actually Rocketpool, moving down in my portfolio. So what happened? Well, Rocketpool since May has increased, but only slightly, from $2.33 to $2.62 yesterday morning. This is an increase of just over 12%. And compared with others who pumped 100% or more, not nearly as well, which means Rocketpool dropped from 4% to 2% total portfolio dominance. But I'm still super bullish on RPL, just like I'm bullish on Ethereum, Beacon Chain, and staking. Rocketpool is the first pooling tech for staking, and it will be one of the first ones ready to go live when staking does. Now, number 9 and 10, it's not Kyber and iExec like last time. They still make up portions of my portfolio, but not a percentage anymore. It's 2 coins I wasn't even invested in back then. I invested just a small amount initially in these, but that initial small investments pushed them up nicely in my portfolio. Those two are xDai Stake and Sora Network XOR. They both make up 1% of my portfolio. And after my May portfolio video, I invested in both of them. And from the price charts, you can see why they pushed up to this place with just a small investment. xDai from $1.53 to $12.40 as of yesterday, an over 710% increase. And XOR from around $1.17 to $59.64, an increase of close to 5,000%. Wish I would have put a little more into XOR, but you know my thoughts on these two. xDai, it's my pick for scaling Ethereum, and Sora has PokeSwap supposed to drop this quarter. And the final 7% now is a basket of altcoins instead of 2% like last time. Many I'm super bullish on, and will be accumulating more here soon. Ocean Protocol, Honey, Kyber Network, iExec RLC, Synthetics, Xerox Protocol, some Polkadot, Monero, Cosmos, Theta, Uni, MakerDAO, Edgeware, Robonomics, Acropolis, Claros, Rarible, Powerpool, and more. Cheers. I'll see you next time.